My boy. It's Joinen. And welcome to the Devious Licks. If you live under a rock and are clearly not subscribed to Jarvis Johnson, then you may be wondering what a Devious Lick is. Everybody's been talking about him. It's not just Jarvis, though I do recommend you watch Jarvis's video. It's Jarvis Johnson. You gotta watch the Jarvis Johnson video about Devious Licks. Probably all of his other videos as well. We're not here to talk about Jarvis Johnson as much as this whole intro has been about Jarvis Johnson. We're here to talk about Devious Licks, my friends. A devious lick. Let me do like a little Urban Dictionary definition here. Noun. As far as I know, it is when you steal something, you nick a good old thing, from your school or public place, maybe, I assume. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it yet. And then you post about it online because, man, it's cool. Full stop. Example. Dude, did you see my devious lick on TikTok? I got a soap dispenser, man. It's freaking sick. My mum was like, where'd you get that? And I was like, not telling. Let me show you. Only a month into school and got this absolute devious lick. Oh, a soap dispenser. Yep. We got a soap dispenser. What do you plan to do with it? Devious. Maybe. You licked that one up real good. What do you plan to do with a soap dispenser? Did you think that far? Or was it just for the thrill of it? We can't have this here because of lockdown. The rest of the world coming up with new fun activities for the kids. Australian kids sitting at home being like, I'll steal your Zoom password. Devious lick. Wait, it's the same guy? Got something else. Got a diabolical lick. Don't tell me it's another soap dispenser. Dude. What are you doing with the soap dispensers? You brought home a soap dispenser, and before you even had time to think about what you were going to do with it, you just had to scratch that itch again. You're like, okay, I've got one soap dispenser, but I think what I really need right now is another soap dispenser. It's a different style. It's just really into soap dispensers. It's like, yeah, you see the problem with the last one is that it's more of like a 3-pump kind of action. And I'm just I want more soap per squeeze. So I think I'm going to have to go back to the other bathroom. I did spy in the teacher staff bathroom. They had a different type of soap dispenser. So I think I'm going to... Yeah, going to have to come back tomorrow for that one. It's going to be the same guy again. Oh, it's not the same. Or maybe, is it? I think you're supposed to like play the same song. I think like a devious lick. Maybe there's like a devious lick song. It's the real soundtrack to stealing things from schools. Godforsaken lick. What you get? A wallet? A wallet? It ain't even 3 weeks into school and you already hit this godforsaken lick? Somebody's wallet? I thought we were being quirky here. I thought we were trying to make some like silly little statement or something. I thought we were like walking a thin line here of like, yeah, it's stealing, but like who cares, right? Like it's just the school. Like, what did this school even do to us?
He is stealing soap dispensers during a pandemic. What?
Just trying to keep his hands real clean, okay? Yeah, sure, he's stealing soap dispensers during a pandemic. This person's just stealing people's wallets. That's not a lick. That's not a devious lick. That's just straight thievery. I am not advocating for stealing soap dispensers. I don't think it's something you should be doing. Definitely not. In fact, don't. But if you had a mate who came home with a soap dispenser, you'd be like, what? Like, why'd you do that? And he'd be like, I don't know, it'd be cool. And you're like, well, it's not cool. It's kind of dumb. Anyway, so what do you want to do today? You know what I mean? But if your mate comes over and he's like, check this out. I stole someone's wallet. It's got like hundreds of bucks in it. You'd be like, I don't think we should be friends anymore. It's a different ball game. 1 month into school and I already hit this. Okay, I think that's like what you're supposed to say. I'm coming up to speed now. There's clearly a song that you put in the background, though, for the sake of not driving you absolutely crazy, my beautiful handsome editors, I don't know who's editing this one. One of them. We'll mix up the music just a little bit for you, so you don't have to listen to the same song on repeat. But just so you know, there is the same song on repeat. You're not missing out on much. It's not great. But clearly you're also supposed to say this. You're supposed to say like how long you've been in school and then how you hit a lick. You hit a lick. Boomers trying to understand TikToks? You understand this? Are you saying that Zoomers watch this and they're like, no, I get that. I mean, man steals a wallet. That's just content, you know? What'd you get? Oh, a sign. Signs. Yeah. Okay. Now the boomers come in and they go, oh, I get it. People have been stealing signs since the beginning of time. Speed limit sign. That's a smart one. Get rid of the 15 speed limit around the schools. That seems like a real smart idea. Just so that the people don't know how fast they should be going in the school area. That's not concerning. That's got to be illegal. What? Stealing property. Stealing? Yeah. It's pretty illegal. We got an absolutely despicable lick. What'd you get? What'd you cop, fam? What are we talking about? A microscope? He stole a microscope. He's just trying to do his science homework. He was sick during that class. The teacher's not letting him go in for another prac. So he's just like, you know what? I'll take it myself. Microscopes are like big money. How much is a microscope? 500 bucks? 1,300? 2,500 for a Nikon? That kid probably stole the most value out of all of them so far. That's probably worth more than the wallet in that poor person's money. Ain't that just theft of property? That's a crime. Why has a crime become a trend? Well, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, that really is the question here. Like, there's something absurd about it. I think we're allowed to ask the question. What's wrong with people? I guess, like, you're just not at that point in your life. At that stage, you're in what, like middle school, high school, early high school? I don't know where you're at in your life. But you get into roughly that stage, and you're just not there yet. You're not at the point where you're asking the question, why? You certainly don't care that it's illegal. As a person who went to school, I'm the only one. Let me tell you what it was like. You go to school and there's this system of rules in place, yeah? And they feel detached from reality. The things you can get away with in school, it's like separate from the law. It's its own law. You don't have to report to the police, you report to the teachers. But here's the thing, you already report to the teachers. You're already letting them down every day. You don't show up to class with your homework. Sometimes your teacher has a conniption, bursts a blood vessel. You see vein popping in their head. They cannot handle the fact that you didn't finish your homework and they are losing their mind at you. But then you steal a microscope. You take a microscope home and now you're sitting with a microscope in your backpack. What's gonna happen? The teacher's gonna get mad at you? It feels like you've already experienced the worst, probably. If you're the type of person to steal $500 worth of equipment from your school, you're the type of person who's already copped absolutely every form of verbal abuse from all the teachers anyway. You're pretty used to it, and you're not scared of it anymore. Because it's not the law. It's just the school rules, and it feels completely separate. I don't think you realize until you get out of school that the law still existed when you were in school. Just because you were stealing from the school didn't mean you actually just weren't straight up stealing. But you don't realize that when you're that young and in school. I'm not advocating. I'm not saying I ever stole anything. I did steal some magnetics when I was a kid because I had the cheap magnetics. I asked mum for magnetics. She got me the cheap stuff, but they weren't as strong. Like the magnets weren't as strong as the real magnetics. And so I stole about, I think, 3 little connectors and then like 2 like ball bearings. So I stole some magnetics, but look, aside from that, I didn't steal anything from school. I'm not advocating for stealing anything from school. I'm just trying to explain maybe where these kids' heads are at. What possesses them to steal a soap dispenser from a school?
Some schools are so underfunded in these states that classroom supplies are bought by the actual teachers. Also, these kids are taking from the budget. No field trips or pizza days for you.
Oh, I feel like I need to dig myself out of this hole now. Obviously, I'm not saying it's something that someone should do. It's theft. It is theft. I'm saying it's theft. I'm just saying they don't realize it's theft. They don't put those things together. These are magnetics. See these things? See these ones? I had like a cheapy off-brand. The magnets weren't very strong. You couldn't really create like cool things. So I stole like maybe 1, 2, 3, and like 2 little ball bearings. Like I didn't, I'm sorry. I think I might have accidentally stolen an SD card from the media room as well. But I still use it, so.
3 of Detroit's most wanted men are back behind bars as we enter day 5 of our 7 on 7 series, featuring 7 of the most wanted fugitives in our neighborhoods.
Confession time. Look, it was one of those situations where you're using the SD card, you're taking it home because you need to get the files off it, all that kind of stuff. Then like some weeks go by and you're like, you kind of forgotten, you don't know whether that SD card was yours or not because you've got like 5 of them and you don't know whether you had 5 or whether you had 4, and it was only an 8 gig card anyway, okay? So get off my case. And look, I'm still using it like 6, 8 years later or something, and and what? You telling me that thing was still going to be in circulation? You telling me some kid was missing the 8 gig? Anyway, no, I don't even know. I don't even know if it was the school's card. Okay, all right. OMG, you're part of the problem. Joinen is a real devious slicker. In my defense. Nah, you know what? There's no defense. There's no defense, all right? Learn from my mistakes. As many people have. Because let me make this clear. While devious licking is a trend, I suppose, at the moment, stealing things is a TikTok trend. With every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, said Leonardo DiCaprio. There's a flip side to every coin. There's good in every bad. Whenever someone does something, someone else probably did something else. Who knows? Maybe someone else gifted an SD card to the school, and that might have not happened if some random person probably, just didn't. And so let me introduce you to angelic yield TikToks, which is the straight up opposite. It's just people giving people things. or replacing things in the school. And I guess if it all evens out, maybe, I don't know, Gen Z, it's like net neutral. Just hit the most angelic yield. Okay, putting a roll of toilet paper down. Now, first of all, beautiful. You love to see it. I don't know if it makes up for like a stolen microscope, but the skeptic inside me feels like that's a pretty easy thing to fake. It's also a very easy thing to do if you are doing that out of the bottom of your heart, but it's also definitely very easy to just walk into a toilet, grab a roll of toilet paper, walk out, turn your TikTok on, walk in, and put the toilet paper down, which might just ruin all of these. You know what I'm saying? Hit the most holiest of yields. But then some devious licker's gonna come and take it. You know, when are you... Oh, here we go. Okay, now I'm just confused. Was it in the bin? Or did you go out and purchase a soap dispenser to put back on the wall? How do you even know, like, the size there? You measure these things? You definitely just pulled that off the wall and then just chucked it back on. Oh, gosh. Money. It's a self-circulating system. Someone puts the things down, someone else comes and takes the things. If you take that, does that make you a devious licker? I hope you're not licking that. That was on the toilet. But also, again, I just can't help but feel like it'd be so easy to just pick up that $20 right after you film that TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
They're hitting the reverse lick.
Yeah, they're unlicking. They're spitting it back out. I've got it. You set up 2 TikToks. One starts with angelic yields, where you put things in places, you're putting things all the around town, and then you have your devious licks TikTok. You never show your face, you can't tell who's who, and then you just take things that you just put, or you take something else, and then you have your angelic yields thing, and then you put the thing back, and then it always ends up back just how it was, but you're getting double the internet points. This is what it's all about. Is that a coffee machine in the bathroom? That's not an angelic yield. That's just getting rid of your hard rubbish. You get like a toaster. You're like, just upgraded my toaster. I guess I'll go and put this in the bathroom at school. I returned a pencil. Okay, look, if that's an angelic yield, if that gets a pass, I'm pretty sure that was a joke. But if that gets a pass, then boy, I have more than made up for that SD card that I didn't steal, okay? It just was in my pencil case. I was gonna return it, and then you know how time flies, and all of a sudden you graduated, and then you pull out your pencil case one day after you graduated, and you're like, oh dang, there's an SD card. Well, I guess I might as well put it to good use now that it's still here. I didn't steal it. It's not devious. It can't be devious if you didn't even know you did it. Students? Teachers are getting in on this? Would you be my girlfriend? Yes, no, from Trevor. No, it's just not. Nah, it's not real because no one's named Trevor. We're putting Chloe in Trevor. Wow. I just realized how much teachers can play with fate. What if because of that, they have these conversations, they get to know each other. Turns out they're both into building Gundams. And then they get together on the weekends to build some Gundams. And then they look into each other's eyes and realize that this was the person for them. And then 10 years later, they've graduated and now they're going to university together. They're studying the same thing, a Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering. And now they're graduating and they're building things. It's not Gundams, but boy, does it feel just like we were back in high school. This is the best days of our lives. We get married, we're hanging out, we're having children, we've got a dog. It's a German Shepherd, and its name is Russell. And the German Shepherd eventually dies many years later. It died of old age, don't worry, it's lived a happy life. And then one of your kids grows up and is into Gundam building as well. But that is a problem because now Chloe hates her job. because the job is terrible, and the people don't treat her very well, and she's not respected, and the people not treating her very well actually turns out to be her husband. He's the one in the upper management, and she didn't know this whole time. And now she's really upset, and she's like, wait, what? You've been treating me wrong? And this all came out because the kid was starting to build Gundams. It was like, I want to, because I enjoy building Gundams. I want to get into mechanical engineering, kind of the same thing, right? And then the mum's like, I wouldn't because the job isn't very good. And then all that stuff about the upper management being her husband came out. And now things aren't looking too well. And now they're getting a divorce. And it didn't really turn out very well. The kid has a bad upbringing and he turns to thievery. He starts stealing things from schools and stuff like that. And that was all because of a teacher. Because of what the teacher did. Crazy to think. Join and come back to us. Ew. What, you wouldn't take it? You wouldn't take the money? Come on, you wouldn't take the money. No one's taking that. It's in the bathroom. No one's taking a Fiji water and some gum that's hanging on the side of at the bathroom. You gotta think about these things. Why is it all toilets? Why is it all toilets? That is someone who just took the quarter left of the toilet roll out of the thing and then just filmed themselves to putting it back in. You're telling me you took a quarter of a toilet roll from home to put into the... Nah. These are almost worse than the stealing. They're not. They're not worse than the stealing. Never steal. Never steal from your school. See? The holes were right there. This is just someone who's pulled the... You can't convince me that anyone has done anything good in these videos. Everyone's just taken the thing off and then filmed themselves putting it back. That's all they've done. Where would you even get one of those? You didn't buy that on some, like, school supply website. You absolutely did not. I am not convinced that the angelic yield videos are done out of the goodness of people's hearts. You know, I'm just gonna say that. I think they're looking for likes. I don't think they're actually putting anything in new. I think they're just taking things and filming themselves, putting it back. And frankly, it's not worse than the devious licks. But you know what? It might be a little bit more devious. Anyway, don't steal stuff from schools. I don't understand why that is a thing that even needs to be said. If you, like, you know, just happened to have, like, an SD card still in your pencil case from school, like, like after you graduated, and then you found it in your pencil case, and, you know, like, it's only an 8 gig. Like what are you gonna do? Like, you know, I'm not gonna call that stealing. You know, you win some, you lose some. If that happened to you, I wouldn't judge you. I wouldn't judge you for that. Obviously, we would all prefer that wouldn't happen. The school would definitely prefer it if that didn't happen. And you're a good person. You're not the thieving type, and you just need to remember that. Don't let anyone tell you differently. If that is a thing that happens to you at some point. But follow me on Twitch. We film these live, and get some of the lemon carton merch. You can film a video of you walking into like your bedroom or something, and then taking it, and then pretend that you stole it. No, wait, don't. You could say that you gave it to someone, but you're actually just giving it to yourself or something, and then you call it an angelic yield. Or put it on a toilet seat at school. That'll get some likes on TikTok.